Today we have a new challenge, and the challenge is for us to create a function that takes in a string and return the first non-repeatable character in the string, like the first non-repeating character in the string. So how are you going to approach this problem? First of all, let's create a function. let's create a function, and that function is going to take in a string. We need to name the function. Look at me. Okay, you need to give a function a name, like maybe find string. Let me say just find string. You need to make something short. You can name it whatever. I actually suck at naming, so that's why I really don't want to wrap my mind a lot when it comes to naming. So okay, find string. So within it we need to give this parameter as a string because they say takes a string as input. So let's just put it here so that we can be able to use it. The first thing that we are going to do is to iterate through the characters of the string, which means we are going to use for loop where we are going to say let I is equal to 0 and I is less than, let me say, the string dot length, which means the last length of whatever that string is, so to speak, because we haven't been given a specific number to iterate according to that number. So what we're working with is the string to make sure that like we can be able to have that access to iterate through the string. We need to use the exact length of that very string as an index, so to speak, I plus plus. So here, down here, the first thing that we are going to do is, okay, we have the whatever, we have the values, so to speak, the characters from maybe whatever the character is going to be given. First, let's clear it out by saying the characters ourselves, like log. Then if we are to say like str, then we say I, and let's just come here and console it out and try to see what is the output that is giving us. So like find str, so to speak, and here inside here let's say hello world, which is the common programming word always used. So yeah, running it, we are going to see hello world arranged with every character on its own line, so to speak. So okay, that is our output, but our problem is for us to find or return the first non-repeating character, so to speak. Okay, the first thing that comes into mind is this: we need a character to be stored somewhere. So let's say let character, because we are going to use this character in order to find exactly what we want to work with. Okay, let's say character is equal to just the character that we printed or consoled some few moments back. Okay, that is that. Then let's say if, okay, if that is specific string, okay, if that is string, then we'll say index. Here we are actually telling the whatever that if the index of that very string, okay, if the index of that very string that we are working with, okay, is equal, that is explicit equal sign, which means it has to be exactly equal to the number or index that we have up in our iteration, and if the string is also having a last index, okay, last index of, we put in our character, which is actually going to equal to that explicit index also, then we want to do something. Here, if we can understand something, here this string represents the entire string, but what makes the difference is this character, because if we can see here all the characters are being printed like one step to another, like it is in lines, each has their own lines, as opposed to if we are to just put it in one place like hello world, that is all, and it is just going to be counted as like, yeah, all of the string at once. But now the string is like, okay, it is looped through it and it is iterated one by one, so to speak. So if we can see in this aspect here, we are like telling the whatever, okay, that is specific location of that character, okay, in a string, then map it to the index that we have, and this is something that is really crucial for us to see and It is really important. So here, what we are going to do is this. Okay, we have this specific thing. What we are going to do is to make sure that we return whatever the character. Okay, we return whatever the character meets our condition from if here. If that character meets the condition, then the character will be printed. Otherwise, it won't be printed, because the character we need is the character which has that exact whatever and is not repeated, and that is exactly like what actually we are looking for. Now if we come and run based on what we have here, it will print for us H. It doesn't mean like, okay, H is the only thing which is repeated. No, it is just trying to tell us, okay, the first unrepeated character is H, and that is all. And yeah, that is actually how we can approach this problem and solve it. And I'm quite sure if there's a stumbling block that you have to think about in this challenge, is maybe how to understand or wrap your mind around index of, or maybe last index of. And those are the two things that really you need to like focus and understand them so well. And I'm quite sure I did a great job of explaining how these two things work or come into play when it comes to this challenge. But with this challenge, we also have a lot of solutions to solve it, though I'm not going to like show all of them in this very specific video because it will make our video too long. I'm quite sure you can explore a lot of things out there and you can be able to find the efficient one. I actually use this because it is simple, and secondly it is short for you to like approach it and easily like you can grasp it and understand it. So with this, we have reached the end of our challenge and our video of today. So I'm quite sure you are pumped up for tomorrow's challenge to see what we are going to come up with. So thank you for watching. Till then, see you in the next video. Bye.